Ever stared at a blank screen, watching that little circle spin, wondering why a website is taking so long to load? Imagine a world-famous restaurant. Let's call it Luigi's Pizzeria. Luigi makes the best pizza on earth, but he only has one single kitchen and it's located in Rome. If you live in New York and try to order a pizza from Luigi, you have a massive logistical problem. No matter how fast the delivery driver is, carrying a pizza across the Atlantic Ocean takes time. By the time it reaches your door, it's cold. This map shows how internet data faces the exact same physical limits. When you click a link, you are requesting actual physical data that has to travel through underwater cables to reach you. If the website server is in Europe and you are in North America, that immense physical distance causes a delay. In the digital world, we call that delay latency. Now, consider what happens if Luigi gets featured on the news and 1 million people around the world all try to order a pizza at the exact same second. That single kitchen gets completely overwhelmed and catches fire. This is what happens when a website gets too much traffic all at once. A single web server has a limit to how many requests it can process. When millions of users flood in simultaneously, the server crashes and the website goes completely offline for everyone. Relying on one central location to serve a global audience makes the internet experience slow for distant users and creates a fragile system that breaks under pressure. To survive massive global traffic, large platforms like Netflix and Amazon use a system called a Content Delivery Network, or a CDN. Think of a traditional web hosting setup as that original Luigi's Kitchen in Rome. We call this the origin server. It is the central computer where the master copies of a website's files live. Here's how a CDN changes the map. Instead of relying on one central hub, the CDN built a global network of smaller servers, called edge servers. You can think of these as local franchise locations, opened up in major cities all around the world. The CDN takes the text, images, and videos from the origin server and makes identical copies of them at every single local franchise. This duplication process is called caching. Now, when a user in New York types in the website, their request doesn't have to travel all the way to Rome. It goes straight to the local New York edge server, and the website loads immediately. The central origin server remains completely idle. By placing copies of the data right in the user's neighborhood, the CDN removes a massive physical travel time. The latency disappears, and the data arrives hot and ready. Distributing copies of a website globally also creates a safety net. If the main origin server loses power or suffers a hardware failure, the local edge server franchises stay online. They keep serving the website to visitors without interruption. Now think of the delivery fee for data. Every time a central server has to send the file across the world, it consumes a resource called bandwidth, the digital capacity needed to move data. By serving those files locally instead, the owner avoids those expensive long-distance delivery fees and saves a fortune on hosting costs. There's also a common threat where bad actors use millions of automated bots to flood a site with fake requests, like 1 million people placing fake pizza orders just to clog up the kitchen. In the tech world, this is called a DDoS attack. In this diagram, you can see the edge servers acting like a team of local bouncers. When the flood of fake requests comes in, the edge servers absorb the impact and block the bad traffic far away from the origin server. A CDN provides a globally distributed layer of armor. It guarantees a website remains available and secure even under extreme pressure. Because they handle so much of the workload, it's easy to assume a CDN replaces your regular web host, but the reality is they actually work in partnership. The traditional web host provides a secure home for your original master files. The CDN sits in front of that host, handling all the heavy lifting of global distribution and defense. This dual setup is how the modern internet functions. The vast majority of all global web traffic today flows through CDNs without you ever noticing. Behind every buffer-free video stream and instantly loading web page, there's a massive, unseen network of these local edge servers working in tandem. High-speed internet access depends on data being delivered from a server located in your neighborhood, rather than one on the other side of the world. Content delivery networks are the hidden architecture that takes a fragile centralized system and turns it into the robust, lightning-fast global experience that we rely on every single day.